Hello, hello. Did I just push the wrong button? Yes. Yes, I did. So that was a very quick little piece of the credits from the normal Monday and Friday lives. This is not bad. This is Scrap a Rainbow. How are you? And I'm glad that you are able to make it today. I'm hoping that by having the different times for the different sessions that we'll end up with a few different people being able to make it, where this might fit your schedule where the others won't. I will warn you, however, this is the only one I've scheduled in the evening, which means everybody's home and it's a warm day, so there are a lot of children playing outside and all of these various things. But we're live. I'm going to try and just take it as it comes, and we're going to scrapbook. So we are on green, and before I do anything else, I'm just going to say that yes, second yellow video is all done and sorted. I was just trying to upload it a minute ago, but I'm going to wait and upload it after this because the first upload went, but it's ready to go straight after this. So I'll just try again. I think I just tried to do too many things at the same time. So I'm not going to do all of them at the same time. I'm going to focus just on this. And then yellow will go out and I'll send the message so that you know everything's there. Awesome. We're all good. Okay. See, Sherry is here. Yay. But normally Sherry listens to me to go to sleep. So hopefully she'll stay awake. All right. So let's see what we've got today. So hopefully you were able to find the videos so that all of the prep videos are there for all the different live sessions. Yeah. So I hope that is helpful. You don't need to wait until right before the live to prepare. You can do them all now if you like. So this was the green stuff that I've got. Now here's the funny part, is that I made a mental plan for each of these as I went. So we'll see as I get to each live if I remember my plan or whether I end up inventing a whole new idea. But this one involves black and white, gray and green, plus rainbows. And I've got one 4x6 and one 3x4 photo. Okay, let's sketch it out and have a look at what it's going to look like. And remember, since we're in class, I stay on topic here, and I'm happy to answer your questions. So if you have a question about green or any other scrapbooking question that you would like me to discuss, just start your comment in the live comments with question in big letters so that I don't miss it, and I will make sure that I answer it. Also, if you're watching right now on the forum and you're like, live chat, what's live chat? Okay, you see where you see the video. Go over to the bottom right-hand corner of the video and you'll be able to click to view on YouTube. If you click to view on YouTube, there'll be live chat. And you'll see people like Courtney and Valerie and Jocelyn and Sophia and Connie and Beatrice and Autumn who are there, and Corey's here and Leanne's here, who are there in the live chat. And then you can ask questions there and you can chat with everybody there and all is good. Yes? Okay. Let's make a little sketch. Here is a square. Wow. Here is the black and white paper. It's going to go all the way to the left edge, and it's going to be a little strip. Then there's going to be a slightly larger strip here, and that's the gray paper. And then this big piece here is green. Now these edges, you can do what you would like to cut these edges. You can make it a nice straight line. You can tear it. You can punch it. You can die cut it. You can get out some fancy scissors if you fancy it. I will allow deckle edge scissors in my class anytime. Okay. And Keitha says she would totally forget her mental plan if she didn't write it down. Well, I've written it down. That doesn't mean I'm still going to understand my notes. Yeah? So we'll see what happens. Right. Big photo is going to come up all the way over here to the right. Small photo is going to overlap it here. Yes. Then we want something to journal on and something to embellish, and that's going to connect this to that. So we have rainbow embellishments today. So here's my rainbow with some clouds on it. And this is a journaling box. It's going to take me over to there. There's going to be some more embellishment. That's a beautiful rainbow, Shimelle. Oop, this one doesn't even want to have a curve. Okay, so I got rainbows and rainbows and rainbows. 1, 2, 3. Title then has this nice little nestled spot here. Title goes there. And my journaling's on that box. Yeah? Okay, let me pick this up so you can see what I'm doing. I love it. Keitha would either forget what the notes meant or not be able to read her handwriting. Autumn's going to lose the note. So we're all excellent at this whole planning game. Yes? Got it. All right. So that means that the green paper is our background today. So that one's going to stay a full giant sheet. Giant. 12 by 12. Then gray and black and white. So I had this piece of paper that's gray rainbows. So that was just waiting for today. So here's a clever little thing. If this is 1 inch and this is 2 inches, then they will go together to make 1/4 of the page over here. If this is 1.5 inches, yeah, so I just make each one a little bigger, and this is 2.5-ish, yeah, then I can make that be a third of the page by making it 4 inches wide, yeah. So I just do it eyeballing, but I want you to know that you can measure it and make it work. I'm tearing. And I'm just making this roughly 1/3 of the page. There it is. Then I'm going to put the black and white over the top of that. Question. Sophia says, how would you adapt this for landscape? Sit the photos on the strips like a shelf or under them? Oh, okay. I'll show you. Just a second. Right. 2 ways to adapt this. So you can just turn the whole sketch, but I don't think that's going to be my favorite way to compose it. So you'd end up with the strips up there and the photos down here. And I don't feel like on this horizontal that they're going to be connected. And you'd need to move the title. You can move the title onto that line, which might help the connection a little bit. But I don't think it's going to be the best thing. I think what would be better is if you keep everything in the same place, but you turn the pictures. That's it. So keep this as a zone for your photos, no matter which way they go. This is the photo zone. Yeah. Sherry says, mixing greens, not in a salad, but in paper. There are so many tones, shades, and hues of green. What do you do with mixing greens so they flow? Do not overthink this. It's the same as any other color. If you want to mix different different tones of the same color, like different greens, you got to keep going. Don't stop at 2. 3 is your minimum. So if you're going to have different greens, you got to have at least 3 different greens. I know it seems like this should go that way, but I'm going to do it this way, just to be difficult. Right. So just like if we want to mix different whites and we've got a bright white and we've got a cream, we should probably throw in a different cream or a gray toned white. I tore this against the grain. It's very bitty. To balance out those whites and make it a purposeful choice to have lots of different colors of white. You can do that with absolutely any color. Yep. So I'm going to have multiple greens because I'm going to have this Kelly green. I'm also going to have lime green, and my rainbows will have some other greens too. So I don't stop at 2. Don't stop at 2. Minimum 3. More is fine too. Is the photo zone going to become a new thing? I don't see why not. I definitely design with that sort of thought. The photos are going to go here. This is the photo zone. By the way, this is a composition that you could swap, and you could put the photos over here. I'm going to put them over here today. You could put them over here and run the embellishment and the title that way. And if it suits your photo, like if your photo is directing that way, you can do that. Not a problem. Okay. Now I have to find where I put the pictures. Here they are. Here they are. Yeah, so you could do this, and that would be fine. It would be lovely, actually. It's not bad at all. In fact, you could tuck this underneath here. Like that. And put that one on top. Very sweet. Not what I'm going to do, but it definitely works. What if they were landscape? See if I could put it here. Pretend that's a landscape. Could do this for a landscape and a portrait. What? Landscape. Landscape journaling block. I wouldn't do this without something here, because that's going to feel weird unless you connect it by another box. Here we go. Right. So, yeah, I do have a t-shirt shop, but I haven't designed all of these things that you all keep quoting and saying I need to turn into a t-shirt. You're very funny. But I do have a little t-shirt shop. Okay, so this green is different again. So these are the rainbows that I pulled out. So I'm going to mix this because why not? It's a rainbow print with a rainbow vellum print on top. But I've never been minimal, so why should I start now, right? Now I want to make sure that I end up with the green in my border. And when I've got multicolored patterns, sometimes, here's the green. Sometimes you have to be a little clever at moving stuff around. So here I've got green, 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 green. This is better. So I'll just have to take a little bit off that edge rather than putting it right there. Okay. Oh, but I want the vellum on top of that. Hold on. Okay, so let's take the vellum. And cut that first. Okay. Then adhesive on the vellum where it's going to be covered by the photo. And cut that out. Photo to go on top of this. Now, have I made it way too big? Yeah. But that's okay because I've got this other element here, so it's not going to be too big in the end. But I think what I'd like to do is have the hearts show up for part of it, but also have a clear view of the peace signs. So, time for some people to get nervous. going to tear it just like that. And this one is going to pop up here. And this one's going to come over here. And, oh, ink. When I've got the gray and the black, I'm going to go with black ink. So where did I just hide that on my desk? Here it is. Go around the outside of this big mat in black. Sarah needs a t-shirt that says, Shimelle, you should put that on a t-shirt. Oh my goodness, it's a bit meta. T-shirt inception. All right, now, I promise no random rubbish. So we have got mat that's offset but quite big, and then this second photo is going to go in there. But I want to bring the black and white back. So bring whatever you've put all the way over there on that edge and put it in as a photo mat with your small photo. Ink those edges. And then this one, oh, I'm covering up the green if I go there. Well, it's going to happen. Okay, so this is going to go just on top. This is not straight. It's going to bother me. I'm just going to put an embellishment there, though. Then journaling space is going to go over here. So let's look at what options we've got for that. That is, of course, not something I pulled out, is it? Oh, no, maybe I did. I did. I was like, I'm sure I did. The back of my rainbow paper has a rainbow ledger. So I'm going to cut a journaling box from that. But you could use any journaling card, anything else that suits your page. Oop, oop, oop. It's okay, Sarah, don't worry. Don't hold yourself responsible for distracting me. It's all right. Okay, so this is going to, in fact, I'm going to cover that bit that I didn't like. Okay, so you can take this all the way across to the black if you want, and you could even pop it underneath that edge so it disappears in there. Actually, that might work really well here. Now, this has given me a valley. So I've already got two places that I want to cover. I'm not loving this spot and I'm not loving that corner there. But that's okay because I got plenty to embellish. Right. Courtney has a question. Would you use green for landscape photos, nature, not direction, or would you pick more of a complementary color? Both. Yes. So, yeah, and in the other two green videos, you will see and hear a little bit more thought on that process. So, yes, so you can certainly use green with nature photos, just like we use orange, yellow, red with autumn photos, right? It doesn't mean that we don't use them. In fact, it means that we do use them because we like how it looks. But what I would say is if you really want the photos to pop, if you really want to notice the photo on top of all your patterns and layers and things like that, then you're going to need to bring in some colors that are not just green. So I wouldn't go monochromatic green with a photo of lots of trees, yeah? because you'll end up in a can't see the forest for the greens kind of situation because everything will end up looking green. But green with other colors, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So yeah, a round element like a doily, but it doesn't have to be a doily, is great for covering a valley, just filling that space and giving it a bit of movement. So then in this center space, that gives me a spot to fill things, to fill in. And it also really helps with scale. So I have this rainbow sticker. I kind of wish it was bigger, but I've already used the big one. I have this size. So by putting it on here, the doily makes it visually heavier, takes up more room on the page. Yeah. And I had pop dots. Where did they go? Here they are. So I'm going to pop this rainbow up on top of there. Corey is trying to do this class and Most Magical Scrapbook at the same time. It's like a Disney rainbow. Oh my goodness. You don't have to do them at the same time. You can slow down. You can slow down. All right, ink these edges so that it's got some definition. It's going to stand out there. And this then links the doily, the journaling box, the photo, because it's touching all three of those things. Yeah. All right. Other rainbow embellishments. So I've used the other one there. That's okay. I've got this rainbow tab. And I'm going to put that over here so that, again, I'm layering things together. Might bring this one in a little bit because I didn't like this valley that happened. So if I bring it there, like that better. And I've got a squared off piece. I've got a rectangle here with a rainbow print to the sides. So that bit at the bottom that I wanted to cover gets covered right there. Now, I've got more space where I can layer more things here. If you want to just have one embellishment on top of your doily because that's your style, you're all good. You can leave it like that. But I like more. So I'm going to add a globe behind my rainbow and above my tab with the doily. So I know I'm covering up the doily, and some people are going to go like, oh no, she covered up the pretty green thing. I know, but it's okay. It is absolutely okay. Cannot layer without covering things up. Other green embellishments I have. So I have a green feather, which feels like it needs to come in here somewhere. I didn't ink that chipboard, but I think that's probably fine. So I'm going to bring this feather up here. It's going to need something else over here, but that's all right. I got plenty to choose from. In fact, I have two feathers, and they are different greens. So it's all good. That one's going to go up there. Now, do I go for this, even though it's got American spelling? I think I do, because it's very nice. But if in a week it's stressing me out that it has American spelling, I'll swap it out. So that can go right on top of the feather and on the photo. Okay. Now, paper rainbows. Oh, and I've got flower die cuts. So I've used this peace sign paper, the heart vellum, the gray rainbow paper. That's great. I've got this bit of rainbow. I've got a rainbow of gems. And I could detail cut something from this. I've also got these that are super cute, but I think it's going to be too hard to make them work with what I've got. So I'm going to stick to this one, I believe. And I'd like to do this one. I know it goes off the edge, but I'm going to keep it going off the edge. So I'm okay with that. Now, blue halo or not to blue halo, that is the question. to try not to. I'm going to try without. And then I'll ink the edges. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Now, is this the safer choice to do first? No. Safer if you're up in the air to try with a halo, and if you don't like it with a halo, then you go back and cut it again without the halo. Because if I cut this without a halo and then wish that it had a halo, it's too late. I can't put it back. Yeah. So here I am, being risky. Not risque, just risky. You know, as far as paper is concerned. Almost done. I think this is going to work just fine. Okay. Ink. Oh, we're half hour down already. What? Church bell just went. So this is then going to link all the way down here. Yeah. So it's got to go further off the edge than I maybe would have imagined in my head. That's okay. Ah, okay. There's a decent amount of embellishment on there already, and I haven't put a title on. So I should put a title on it, shouldn't I? If you like it, then you better put a title on it. So I've got black and white and green. Can I do either story or book from these letters? S-T-O-R-Y. Yep. Do I have enough O's to do both? I do. Amazing. So I've kind of messed up my title space here with this. So I think I'm going to move it up a bit so that I can reclaim my title space. Like that. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Where am I? Here. Seeing if I could get the T in that little space there, which I believe I can. Now the question is, can I make the B fit in this and not totally mess up that bit at the top? Yeah. Okay. So these photos are taken at a place called Discover, but we have always called it the Storybook Museum. So that's where I'm going with this title. Come on. Okay. White for museum, if I've got the right letters, which I believe I do. So black, white, and then I'm going to add in a little bit in green. Now you could even do, if you had a one-word title and you had a rainbow alphabet, that'd be a great page to use it on. One-word title, spell it out in a rainbow of colors. It could be very cool. Come on. There we go. When it's just off by the tiniest bit and you're like, no, that's not where I imagined it would go. Okay. And then in these little green letters, I want to do back to. because we hadn't been there in so long. I know I have a lot of titles in my 2022 and some in 2021 albums that have returned to and back to and all of that stuff. First time in forever kind of theme going on. But I think that's okay. I think it's going to be, you know, it's evidence of the time. And what are scrapbooks if not evidence of the time? So if we document the things that we are returning to because we missed them, I think that's fine. I do, however, think this needs to go on the line and not underneath it. So just getting that in the right spot. An A, and then the B that's stuck to my finger. Yep. Oh, I should do back to the. Can I fit the in there? I think. Not staying where I want them. Come on. Okay. An E. Oh, these are the E's that are really not cut well. Okay. Let's get it to work. See, this is why sometimes it's better to have super fast sticker mode. This is super slow and clumsy sticker mode. All right, I might have to tidy it up a little bit later, but that's okay. Keith says the Storybook Museum is a better name. It's technically called Discover Children's Story Center, but that's a lot for a toddler. So when he was tiny, that's what I went for. Okay, right. Keitha, not generally a fan of titles with different colored letters, but did it recently and loved it. Yes, I'm the same. Quite often, I don't like a multicolored alphabet, and then every once in a while it just works. So yeah. Yep. Okay. Question. Courtney says no green in the title because it wouldn't stand out. Oh, no. I always planned to do black, white, and green, all three in the title. Cool. Okay, so the journaling is going to go there. I'm not going to put anything else in this journaling box because I want to preserve my space for that. I am, however, going to embellish a little bit more. So, somebody just mentioned that Never Grow Up has a lot of green. Yes, it does. It was Courtney. And look at all this green. This is the Never Grow Up floral ephemera. And floral ephemera often has a lot of green and multiple shades of green, which is handy. So I'm going to put a flower or something up here. I could also cut out another rainbow to put up there. That would not be a bad call, and I might still do that. But I thought some greenery up there would be a good nod to this picture, having like fake grass and greenery in there. Okay, so which one has, I mean, there are pieces in here that are just greenery. Maybe that's the better call. Just do leaves. Leanne says, question, would it work to switch the black and gray with browns? That's what's in my picture. Yes. So if you've got photos that really call for browns rather than black and white, and you can swap this to like craft and a dark brown kind of pattern, like an espresso pattern, then that would probably work very well. I don't have a lot of browns in my stash. So if you use brown more often and you do have brown in your stash, I don't see any reason why not to use it. Okay. This is funny. So these die cuts were made so that you've got a section of separate blossoms and leaves. I'm just going to use the leaves. it was meant to be like build a bouquet, but instead I'm just going to put stems and leaves, no flowers. Why not? So this is going to go behind here, which means I have to pull that sticker, but we'll get there. Okay, there's going to be a rainbow up here too. And this one is going to go with this other rainbow down here. So apparently rainbows now grow on stems. I mean, I'd try to grow that houseplant. Important word there, try. Yeah? How much greenery can we put in there? So you can use leaf pieces to emphasize your colors. And I kind of like how this then has a little directional line, like this makes a little vine kind of imaginary line for you to follow. Yeah? But I need one more rainbow. So let's have this one here. I'm wondering how much I need to cut off because cut out, because some of it's going, oh, in fact, I'm not going to take the pink cloud with it. I'm going to cut it down right to the rainbow. Yep. But I want to cut this bit of sky out from in between. So I take it right up to the yellow. By the way, there is, I don't think, any color combination in a rainbow that I don't like. I mean, they don't all have to be realistic spectrum rainbows for me. So this is yellow, blue, pink, red. That is not our rainbow, but I recognize it as a rainbow and it still feels fun. So don't get too stuck with them. Okay. So where is this going to go? I think it needs to come down underneath the photo mat, maybe. Oh. Maybe the leaves are going to need to move in a different direction here. Because the leaves need to come out that side, don't they? Okay, so I'm going to stick them together like one piece here. Pick this poor sticker up again. There we go. Oh, but then that background bit is trapped. So we need to move it up enough that this cloud has an escape path for the green. That will make me happier. You could also leave the blue and it might be more pleasant than I imagined, but this works for me. Okay, so just a little bit of leaf there. A lot of the leaves ended up covered up. That's all right. Yes. Sparkles. We need sparkles. Now, I had this tiny little bit left of 6 whole green gems. So they got to come in here. They've got to be in here. I'm not putting 6 green gems back in my drawer. So I'm going to go to the 3 blue clouds and give them each 2 little green gems. Done. And then I'm going to put it with another shade of green. So this gem sheet has 2 different greens. So I'm going to mix the greens even there. And then this darker green, it needs to come down here for a little sparkle by the title. Oop, not there. There we go. Got one close enough there that it doesn't need more there. Okay, that's some sparkle. Anything else I pulled out that I haven't used? Yes, buttons. So I've got a green button. These can just go in like confetti. One up there. One down here. One more here on that little corner there. And then I'm going to have more sparkle. I'm going to add in the little sequins. But instead of having them in the close little triangle like that, I'm going to spread them out a bit more. 1, 2, 3. No one doesn't want to bring its glue dot. Oh, none of them want to bring their glue dots now. They got an idea. Okay, fixed it. 1, 2. 3 over here with the button. So this is a really close triangle. This is a wider triangle, yeah, on each one. Come on, glue dots. All right, and a new question just popped up. 1 second, and I'll give it a read. Wider triangle there. Okay. Question is, when do you pull in turquoise papers? Green, wait for blue. I have an awful lot of that turquoise teal color. So turquoise is blue-green. So yes, the answer is yes. Yes with green, yes with blue. Yep. And you may notice that, you know, we had some really yellowy type oranges or orangey type yellows, because they're the color in between. So yeah, we will have that all through. So from yellow to green, I think that there's one kind of limey green that's a yellow green. And you'll see that in Green Week again as well. But then you'll see some turquoise and teal this week and next week. Yeah. Jocelyn says, if you have photos on the left, would you put a bolder paper behind the rainbow paper for contrast? Yeah, anytime that it starts to not be clear, just add another mat in a contrasting color. Yeah, that's always going to help you. Corey says she's loving this, but she's very much getting St. Patrick's Day vibes. And when I put the kit together, I could see that a lot. Now, you can use this idea for St. Patrick's Day photos if that's something that when you see it, it feels very St. Patrick's Day. And I think that's a very valid choice. And the reason it doesn't feel hugely St. Patrick's Day here is because it's not a holiday that is widely celebrated. So, and when it is celebrated, it's not often with the rainbow added in. I think that's more an American addition to the St. Patrick's Day marketing. And so it's not part of the cultural reading of visual things here. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So yeah, but you could certainly use it as a St. Patrick's Day layout. No problem. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead and put them in the box now, and I'm going to check the forum for questions too. So So we need the green thread, which is boop, boop, boop here. Green question. All right. Right. Okay. Sarah's got a big question about stash. I might actually do a small video and just upload that just on its own because it's got a massive discussion. And I was reading this earlier and thinking I could talk about this for a long time. So I might do that as a separate question. Okay. And there are lots of brilliant answers here. I hadn't read every single answer and there are lots of good ones. Okay. Okay. Nope, still not a question about green. Lots of wonderful discussion about supplies. Okay, here's some green questions. Yep. Melinda says, I take a lot of landscape photos, so a lot of the time my photos are heavy with blue, green, and brown. So I tend not to use much green paper. I seem to always be able to work in blue and brown somewhere. It would be good to see color combinations that would complement blue and green photos while adding to the green and blue. I know this could depend on other colors in the photo, but honestly, for a bunch of them, it's really just green and blue because you've got trees, grass, and sky. Okay, I will make sure that I have got that in the ink samples from the top of my head. I think I do. But I will double check, and if not, I can add a little bit in there for us. But yes, so you've got this blue and green combination, which on our real rainbow, not this fake rainbow, blue and green are right next to each other. So you know they're always going to be buddies. So pick a third color that's not next to it. Yeah. Or choose 3 colors in a row because they'll work together. So you could do 3 right in a row. So you could add in yellow. Yellow is probably going to be way more natural in feel than going to violet. So you could add in yellow, but you could also add in orange. You can make red work as well. And don't forget about the ability to use white and gray to balance out color. Yeah, but I would say look a lot at yellow and then also some others. Okay, right. Oh, and if you do go purple, go for like this kind of, oh, how would we describe it? So it's not like mascot purple. It's warmer than that. It's like a beautiful purple grape. Yeah. And lavender can work as well with nature photos. Lavender can be really beautiful with greens. It's like wisteria. Okay. Other questions here. That one's about albums, so I'll come back to that one. Green. Okay. Lesia has, I love green and use it a lot for nature photos that I have a lot of, but I tend to do darker, more earthy greens or blue greens, and that works well for me. However, every time I use brighter and warmer greens, I end up not liking the page, so I avoid the brighter green. Can you give me any advice to incorporate the brighter greens into my pages without the page screaming, look at me, I'm bright green and feel too bright and hence too busy? Okay. This is a very good point. Am I in focus? A little bit. So if you don't like bright green on your pages, ask yourself, do I just not like bright green in life? If you would never wear this jumper, despite the fact that it has a monster eyeball on it, but you know, if you look at this color and you're like, oh, I would not have that in my wardrobe, then it's just that you don't like that color, and it's fine to not like a color. I am not going to make you like expose yourself to that color until you have it in your album. There's no sense in that. Take the supplies you have that are that color and give them away and just move on with life. And if there are colors that you don't enjoy using, you don't have to push yourself to do it. However, if you look at it in other places in life and you like it, then it's worth taking a second look at where you could put them in your albums so that you can work that color in. Is that clear? So decide first, do I just not like this color, or do I find it hard to scrap with, but I still like the color? Okay. And then let's look at combinations of things like a bright green with a blue green, like lime and peacock blue. And then what could you put with that? Could you then put that with a buttery yellow to bring it down? Yeah, lime green, buttery yellow, peacock blue, or mermaidy kind of blue is going to be a bold color combination, but beautiful. Could add in a little bit of pink here and there in either really pale like blossom pink or a bright, bold hot pink that you just thought about. You could replace that pink with purple as well. Okay. Any other questions here? How do you use green as an accent color? I find green in small amounts on the page makes it too unbalanced, and like above, it just screams, look, I'm green. My only solution is then to use a lot of green till it's almost monochromatic. Okay, I think maybe that one will just answer itself over the next couple videos, because we've got this one where there's a lot of green, but we're going to look at a variety of color palettes, just like we do with each color. So I think maybe that one will just answer itself in the week. And if not, I will come back and give you some visual pointers, like example layouts and stuff. Okay, so I think we're all right there. Questions here. Sarah wants to know, where do the leprechauns hide their gold in the UK if there are no rainbows? I don't know. Tisha says, will you do green swatches? Yeah. Each week has a swatch video. Yeah, like the color combinations at the beginning. Yeah, there's one of those for every single week. Yep. Any other questions? Yes, you could go magenta with green. Yeah. Pink and green make a really lovely color scheme, and you can kind of play about with all the different tones. Like, do you want it to be a really soft green or a soft pink? Or do you want it to be two shades of pink, like a hot pink and a soft pink and a green? Or two greens? Really nice. Yeah. Okay, any other questions before we go today? Yes, Sarah, the ink color combos for Yellow Week are the one that I just was hitting my head against the desk before, so I've stopped it uploading and I'm going to start again right after this. Yeah, I think I just tried to do too many things at once, and both my computer and my head went, no, stop. So I focus on one thing. Sophia likes navy blue with lime. Yeah, lovely. Okay. Any other questions? I think we're good. Oh, Courtney, you're so kind. She says, she has a question. Why have only 5 of the 19 people here given it a thumbs up already? Well, 6 have now, plus 7. But some of it is because some of you watch on TV, and I know it's harder to give thumbs ups on a TV. Don't worry. But if you can give it a like, it all helps, especially on the public videos, but it doesn't hurt on the class videos either. So thanks, Courtney. Do I need to send you a check in the post? Okay. I think we're all good. All right. So journaling will go here, and then I'll photograph that one and get that on the forum. Now, you could put mist along here, and I might be tempted to do gray, but not gold here, because I've got all these silvery accents. So these are kind of silver holographic. This has a silver holographic foil, and the black and white and gray, I don't really want to add in gold, but the gray mist could be very cool. But I would do journaling first. Oh, what just happened there? Well, I guess it's decided that it's time to go because desk cam says no. That's all right. So I will see you in class, and if you want to join the kind of lives that have random rubbish, I'll be live at 9:30 Friday morning, UK time, and I will see you very soon. So since the other camera has given up the ghost, here we are. Lovely. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, now I have to push the right button.